Today I want to talk a little bit about the 3-week nutrient dose, the singles and the subscription, and what people that are actually using these are saying about it. It's been a super big deal since 2016 when we first introduced the 3-week nutrient dose. And just to give you a little history to it, it started out with what we called a first aid kit, which included several things, just like the 3-week nutrient dose does, but it was in a larger package, cost quite a bit more, and we were able to get the price down to make it more feasible for the small farmer on up to the larger farming situation. And when I say larger, I don't mean 120,000 gallon systems. I'm talking 10, 15,000 gallon systems where people will buy these subscriptions or even just the singles 2 or 3 at a time, and that's what they use over the course of, if they get 3, they got 9 weeks worth of nutrient doses to use, and they just date them as they go, and every 3 weeks they put one in. So what I've done is just gone to Facebook and taken some screenshots of some of the feedback that we've gotten on the 3-week nutrient dose. This one is actually not even in our group to Aquaponics. This was in Aquaponics, so it's a big deal for us to see this out there in the other groups. You can see where their plants just nearly completely died, and then within just a few weeks, they were doing much better. Here's another one we took. This is actually on our timeline. I took it, just took a screenshot of it, just to save it, and you can read there what they went through as far as losing a lot of water, 90% of their water, and their plants went without water for 3 days, 2 to 3 days. And when they got the water back in, added 3-week nutrient dose, it made a big difference for the plants. Now that didn't fix the other issues that they had with the system. Obviously their pH was high, ammonia was high, nitrites were off the chart, probably from fish deaths and other things happening. Maybe some bacterial die-off. We never did hear back from them about what the system was doing, but up to that point, they were doing pretty good. Here's another, and Christy is still a current user of the 3-week nutrient dose subscription. They absolutely love it. And that's just a picture of her husband holding some romaine lettuce they grew in dirt, and then a lot of younger romaine lettuce that was in their system. It wasn't full grown, but that's a good time to pick it. It's nice and tasty and fresh. Let's see. Yeah, they say right there they love the 3-week nutrients, so it's a great thing for a lot of people. There's no math involved. You get your kit if you're on the subscription every 3 weeks, and when you get it, that's when you're supposed to add it. We keep all that timed for you, so you don't have to think about it. This one is from one of the groups on Facebook just called Aquaponics. There's several of them out there, but this is the gentleman that had bought it. He has a very small system. He actually has a video that shows how he introduces this into the system, and I'll bring a picture up in just a minute that shows he pre-mixes in a Coke bottle and then feeds it like an IV into the system. But his picture of this lettuce is just unreal. Let's see if I can blow that up. Well, it's pixelated there because it's a small shot, and it was a screenshot on top of that, but still, it was a really nice picture of that lettuce. And what he had before that, and I don't have a picture of the before, but it looks much better. Here's a review that was just on our site that was actually under the 3-week nutrient dose. Tammy Howell, she is still a current 3-week nutrient dose subscription. She still takes that subscription. She shuts down during the winter when it gets really cold, but she's up in Wisconsin, so it gets super cold up there. And then when spring comes, they just restart their subscription. And we've got this nice little feature where we can suspend it for however long you need to. Let's say even during the summer, if you have a catastrophe in your system and you just want to stop it for a while, you don't actually have to cancel. Just email us and say, hey, can you suspend it for a while, and then when you're ready to go, you just say, hey, let's restart, and we'll restart it back up and get your subscription going again. Or you can always cancel and just re-sign up. Either way is fine, and we have a super easy you know, no hassle policy. If you want to cancel, just let us know and we'll cancel it. No questions asked. We might ask if it was an issue that you didn't like it, but we're not going to give you a hard time about canceling the subscription. That's just not the way we are. Here's another one from Taylor Grinning. Bag of Nutrients couldn't believe how well the system has recovered from this. The system's doing amazing from the edge of decay. We hear that so often, not just from the edge of decay, but also where they're in a new system that may have just cycled, so it's not a mature system. They use the mineral pack, and their plants look like they're from a fully cycled system that are using minerals to keep the plants going well. It's amazing the difference it makes. And here's the next two. Robert Adair actually lives fairly local to us, and he'll buy them 2 or 3, 4 packs at a time, and he doesn't go for the subscription, which is fine, but the subscription would actually save him money, and we wish he would go with that so he'd save some money. And then Sandra, she you can see, you read for yourself what's on the screen. There's no figuring, there's nothing to think about except when it comes in the mail to you, you open the pack and you put it in your system every 3 weeks. I particularly love this one. This is Bill's story, and he's sort of local. He's down south of us quite a ways, down near Houston, Texas. But that's a spinach leaf. That's how large the leaf is. So that's using our 3-week nutrient dose. Right now he's not taking the subscription, but he's rebuilding his system. So he shut it down last winter, and I think when spring gets here, he'll probably pick it up and go again. But yeah, that's just some beautiful leaves, and the size of them is unbelievable. This is another one from Timmy Hallam. That shuts down during the winter, like I talked about. But you can see that's our beans, how wonderful they're doing, and you can see what she's saying about it in her post on Facebook. And we took this right from our True Aquaponics Facebook group. You know, the results speak for themselves. And in this post, and you can see there's a 150-gallon system here. We will make whatever size pack you need for whatever size system you have. He's actually on a subscription and has been for quite some time now. And looks like he's building another system, which he talks about in the group every once in a while. When he gets it there, we'll be there to help him out. Tommy is a fairly new subscriber. I think he's been with us for about 2 months now. But his plants just weren't doing very well. They're under LEDs, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, the LED lights are great. But he was still lacking in minerals, so his plants just weren't doing well. And as soon as he started adding the minerals, they really perked up and started giving him the flowers he was looking for, and wonderful growth as well. And you see his plants look beautiful. This is a picture that Leroy sent us of one of his lettuces out of his system. Like I said, he's got a very small system that's on a shelving setup, and I'll just go through the pictures here and show you what he sent us. This bottle here is where he was pre-mixing his nutrients and just letting it trickle into his system. Not sure why he did that, but you know, going in slow, going in fast, to us it works the same. It spreads all throughout the system, being carried by the water, and then your plants can uptake it. But if you look at his plants, they're absolutely beautiful. Let's go to the next picture. There you see he's got a little hole in the bottle cap that just lets it drip out. He's using his system water to, you know, he puts his minerals inside the bottle, and then just uses system water with it, and that's how he does that. You can see there's just a little bit of system water with the minerals in the bottom before he fills it up, and that's what it looks like after it's filled. Anyway, that's the 3-week nutrient dose, and you can find it by going to trueaquaponics.com/store. Let me just get to our home right quick. Get this down where you can see the address. Once you get here, if you're interested in the kits, click on 3-week nutrient kits right here. It's going to open up for you, and then you can choose whether you want a subscription for a particular size system, or if you have a system not listed for the size and you want us to give you a quote for a specific size system, let us know. We're happy to help anytime. If you need to call us, our phone number's at the top, so just give us a call.